Hey kiddies, it's Triple Feature Tuesday once again, and this week we're going to look at some immature coming-of-age comedies. That's right, this week we're looking at 3 movies in which 3 groups of people are finally growing up. The thing is, they're well past the point where they should have grown up, and it's just sort of ridiculous that they've held on to it, their childhood, as long as they have. And what's fun about this triple feature is that the 3 movies have completely different age groups. So we're going to be going from youngest to oldest, and as the groups get older, the situations are more absurd because you should know better. I don't understand why you don't know better. By the time we get to the 3rd movie, I just throw my hands up in the air because I cannot believe what I'm seeing in the movie. And another great feature of this one is that they're all comedy teams to varying degrees. Our menu is going to include Mystery Team, Hot Rod, and Stepbrothers. Now, Mystery Team features our youngest characters. They are supposed to be high school kids about to go off to college, and when they were younger, they were ace detectives on the elementary school playground. Unfortunately, they're still solving the same types of crimes with the same types of tactics, as seniors in high school. And I don't know why. They don't really explain why they were stuck in Arrested Development. It could be that they, were holding on to those few victories they had when they were little and are just, scared of dealing with grown-ups and grown-up problems. This one stars the Derek Comedy Team. They had a bunch of great sketches on the internet, and more recently, Donald Glover has gone into quite a lot of fame between Community and his new career as a rap artist, Childish Gambino. It almost feels like a normal coming-of-age story, except that the lessons these guys are learning, they should have learned at least 10 years ago, in middle school. If these were middle school guys, it would have made perfect sense. But it's not, so it isn't. They pass themselves off as the greatest detective agency, even though they, basically just find, stolen pies or lost cats. So when a little kid comes at them with a murder, Donald Glover's character, the leader, jumps at the chance to prove that they're real legit detectives, even though they don't have clue 1. And yet 2 out of 3 are going to college. And so you get ridiculous situations like they're all wearing a fancy dress and tuxedos going to a gentleman's club, the gentleman's club being a strip bar. At another point, they're in hanging out with a drug dealer who might be connected with the murder. And yeah, never bring Cardigan or Travel Scrabble to a drug deal. That's all I can say. But everybody is funny. It's a bit awkward. You get the first film vibe off of these guys, but it has a charm, and we like everybody in the movie anyway. It's got the Derek Comedy guys, Aubrey Plaza, Ellie Kemper, and so it's just a good time. And again, it almost makes sense. I mean, they're learning lessons, but they're still in, a school age that they should be learning lessons. And so it's not completely ridiculous, like as we move into Hot Rod. It is the Lonely Islands movie, or at the very least their first movie, maybe their only movie. The Lonely Island, the comedy troupe, Andy Samberg, Jorma Taccone, and Akiva Schaffer? Akiva Schaffer. Famous for the popular SNL digital shorts and their comedy albums. Originally, this movie was being created by Lorne Michaels as a movie for Will Ferrell to do, but when it just didn't happen, he had the Lonely Island guys do it. Andy Samberg is stuntman Rod, who's trying to prove himself to be a man in his stepfather's eyes by beating him up. The stepfather being Ian McShane, which is always a pleasure. Little Ian McShane makes every movie that much better. He needs a heart transplant or some horrific heart surgery that, nobody can afford. And so Rod starts doing stunts to raise money to do a big stunt to raise even more money for the heart. And these guys, pretty much well past the college age, or at the very least well past high school and didn't go to college. And so they're really just silly. They have a lot of references to other coming of age movies, like the Footloose movie. They have a really epic punch dancing scene, and they don't much like with all these movies. There's the theme of not knowing how you come across to other people and how you should know better. But this one, definitely better than Mystery Team because they don't let the story get in the way of jokes, and so the movie is crammed with jokes, and most of them are funny. Because in addition to the Lonely Island guys, you also have Bill Hader and Danny McBride running around. Will Arnett makes an appearance. Isla Fisher is in there, and everybody. All of these are funny people doing funny things in the movie, and it's just fun. If you don't like Andy Samberg, he goes through a lot of punishment, getting beat up, crashing into a lot of things and getting hurt. So, I mean, if nothing else, you get to see that, which is always a good time. Finally, we have Stepbrothers. And while not technically a comedy team, Adam McKay and Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, the co-writer and director of Stepbrothers, is a comedy partner with Will Ferrell. They created Funny or Die, the website, together. And they were also, they made Talladega Nights with John C. Reilly. And he came along for this one, too, where they play men in their, mid-40s will be nice, whose parents fall in love, played by Mary Steenburgen and Richard Jenkins, and they become stepbrothers at the age of 40. And since they're both, gigantic man-children that still live with their parents, they have to deal with it. And what's fun is, I did research. I could have figured that originally the movie was made to star children as the stepbrothers, and then for whatever reason it ended up in Will Ferrell and Adam McKay's hands. No, this was start to finish designed to be these men doing these things, and it plays a lot like, family coming together movie, but it's got these 40-year-olds that don't give a shit about anybody but themselves, and it's fascinating. I just stare at it. Half of the time I'm not even laughing. I'm just staring at it with my jaw on the floor because I can't believe any of the shit that's happening in it. It's just beyond me. I don't understand why. It's hard for me to suspend disbelief that that these characters could exist in anything resembling the real world. But it's very, very funny, and everybody's funny in it. I think this was the one that really reignited Adam Scott's career, because keep in mind, Adam Scott's been around since 1994 in Hellraiser Part 4. Oh, Hellraiser Part 4. But Rob Corddry's in it, and a lot of other funny people, and it's just beyond. Again, I stare at it, I don't understand why, and at the end of the day, all I can say is fucking Catalina wine mixer. So these are our immature coming-of-age comedies. Immature because they're well past the age they should be doing. I don't understand any of these people. Why are they doing these things? Why did they just grow up? Whatever. Mystery Team, Hot Rod, Stepbrothers. 3 very funny films with very funny people. And I'll see you guys next week.